Marcus Speaks. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Marcus Speaks. Let me put my theme music on so we can get in this. So, welcome to Marcus Speaks, people. And I should have that up too. I'm saying, I've been asleep all day. So anyway, welcome to Marcus Speaks Live, where I talk about all trending topics on the internet, as far as it goes in story form. So, with that being said, people, I'm gonna get through some promotions. There's a scrolling tick down at the bottom. If you see that right there, read over that. That is for you. Also, that has like a lot of tidbits of stuff that I don't say anymore with the promotion. So read over that. There's a space that comes up. Once that space comes up, that starts everything anew. So go ahead and read on through that. Also, if you could, like this video, subscribe if you're new here, and share this to your respective social medias if you could. If you want to come and follow me here on YouTube, I have 2 YouTube channels. My main channel, which houses this lovely stream right here, Marcus Speaks Live, my podcast show. Also, if you want to watch me play video games on Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, not only is it housed here, but it's also exclusively only on my Marcus Speaks Play channel, which has lots of gameplay footage of games that I have played. So if you guys want to check that out, right now I'm doing like hangout streams of playing Halo. So if you have Halo Infinite and you want to come and play with me, my gamer tag is always listed on the side. When I get into the multiplayer, have at it, come and friend me, and you guys can come and hang out with me as well. Also, I said last night that I wasn't doing Twitch anymore, which last night was Twitch's last night with the stream. But if you want to watch last night's video on stream, I suggest you go over to twitch.tv/Marcus Speaks Productions, or you can just go into the app, go to the search bar, and type in Marcus Speaks Productions, all one word. If you would like to come up and talk to me, talk about the topics that I will be talking about tonight, you can by hitting the link that is in the chat right now. It's pinned right to the top in blue. So if you guys would like to come and talk to me about the topics that I will be presenting tonight, you can. But there are 3 rules. I can't stretch this enough. There are 3 rules that you have to abide by. Rule number 1 is this: you must be on camera at all times. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I need to see who I'm talking to. Now you may be saying, well, Marcus, what if I don't want to be on camera when I come up and talk to you? That's fine. That's rule number 2. You don't have to be on camera to the public. I'm not telling you to be on camera at all times because, I want you to. You don't have to be on camera at all times in the public. But here on the backstage, you have to, because I have to know who I'm talking to. Let me know. There's a private chat back here in the back. Hit that private chat up with your name that is listed on top of your screen. I'll see it back here. Type in your name and if you want to be on camera or not. So that'll let me know. To let you know, you can turn your camera off once I'm ready for you to come up here. And the third and final rule is please silence all background noise. I do not want to hear what's going on in your life. All right? So if you could, go to a secluded spot in your house that's nice and quiet. Come up here and talk to me, and we will get a conversation going. I'll let you come up here for 3 to 5 minutes. If the conversation persists, I'll allow it to go on a little bit more. And if you could, like this video, share this video, and subscribe if you're new. All right, that's the first time I was able to do that with my with my that was my first time able to do all of that in the 4.5 minutes that my theme song takes. So if you could, people, like this video, share this video, and subscribe if you are new here. And tonight, if you didn't get to see the the thumbnail, I will be talking about Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears lawsuit being dropped tonight. Also, the Brooklyn pastor is back in the news for some things that he's done over the past week. And also, I will be talking about John Boyega and how people really, I think it's like white women that's protesting him because he identified who he dates and only dates. So I will be talking about that tonight. Um, Also, I have a pre-show that I do. Lasts is about, I don't know, 40 or so minutes. However long it takes. It may take shorter because I don't have very much today. But we will be doing a pre-show just to let some people in here. There's some information that I feel so that you guys need to know. The very first part of it is, and the very thing I will be talking about in the pre-show is the fednow CBDC being uh is going out on a pilot testing thing next year, the middle of next year in 2023. Also, I'll be talking about Kanye and how he's such a goddamn savage when it when it came to him discontinuing his relationship with the Gap. And also, I will be talking about this goddamn Nyquil chicken that's going on. Like, what the hell is wrong with these kids? So, before I do that, I want to tell you guys exactly what fair use is, because not only is this a YouTube policy, it's also the law, and I want to abide by both by letting you guys know exactly what fair use is. Now, before I get into that, when I make a point or when I'm making points in while I'm talking and reading off the articles that I have for you guys tonight about the very topics that I am presenting tonight, I want to further you guys' mind of what I'm talking about. So with that being said, I use videos in order to do that, because y'all probably don't believe a damn word is coming out of my mouth anyway. But hey, I'll let you guys be the judge. And because I do that, I have to say fair use. So fair use to every video that I am using tonight. And this is exactly what fair use is. Hello, everyone. I'm going to tell you about fair use. It's the law. Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyright motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 USC 107. All right, people, that is fair use. So I'm gonna get into today's pre-show. All right. So today's pre-show is basically gonna go like this. I'm gonna go over, like, I don't know, like 2 or so topics, and it's gonna be quite not entertaining, but it's gonna be very informational. So well, the first topic that I have is gonna be very informational. So I'm just writing down some notes of when things starts, cause so I can put in my chapters and stuff. So the CBDC. If you guys did not hear me the last time I talked about this was a topic that I had as a main topic on the show, and I basically went over what a CBDC is. All right. Basically, a CBDC is a digital is a digital economic tool that America is about to use to basically do away with money. If you guys don't know what America's plans are, as well as with NATO's plans, they got some things going on to where, excuse me, I'm gassy tonight. So they got some things going on tonight. Well, not tonight. They got some things going on to where they're trying to do away with money. If you guys don't really understand this, just look at how money has changed within the past 20, if not 30 years. So if you guys are as old as I am, you remember that there were Mac machines. Mac machines were basically for you to pull money out. You couldn't use a Mac card at like a retailer or anything. You had to use a credit card for that, which credit cards is also a part of this whole digital type currency thing that has been basically done for years now. So, with that being said, back in 2005, if not 2006, the debit card came about. That's to where you could go to retailers and swipe your card instead of counting out money and giving the retailer clerk some money of the purchase of what you were making. With that being said, they're changing it all over again to it's like a credit type system. It's not like a credit card, but you'll get if you ever watch like Star Wars, they have this thing. Their currency there is called credits, which they shell out like money, like actual physical money. But think about you doing that with like a debit card. That's exactly what's going to happen. So, the beginning of full-scale pilot testing, Federal Reserve updates FedNow service timing to mid-2023. So we're talking about like the summertime of next year. So if you guys don't know exactly what I'm talking about, I am going to show you exactly what I'm talking about.
When the FedNow service launches in 2023, the request for payment feature will allow financial institutions to work internally or with payment service providers to build innovative instant payment services, improve customer experience, and gain a competitive edge. For instance, financial institutions and service providers could develop new solutions that enable a business to present a bill to its customer through the customer's mobile banking app. The customer can review the pre-filled information and instantly pay the bill in a single step. Let's look at a hypothetical example of how requests for payment could be used by a small business and its bank, with support from a payment service provider. While this example goes step by step, the billing process is automated, resulting in the customer getting the request in seconds. Green Acres is a lawn care company looking to streamline its billing process and facilitate more timely payments from customers. Green Acres signs up for a new request for payment solution with its service provider after checking with its bank to ensure it supports this capability. Soon after, Green Acres emails its customers that they can now sign up for request for payment billing. Their customer, Tess, likes that she can more precisely time her monthly payments with this option. She confirms with her credit union that it can complete transactions via request for payment, and then signs up on Green Acres' website by entering her credit union account details in a secure payment portal. Each month, Green Acres' service provider automatically generates the request for payment for Tess, which includes identifying information for both the company and the customer, the amount due, and requested payment date. It also includes whether Tess can modify the payment amount or pay early. Green Acres service provider then sends the information to their bank, which converts the information to a standard message format for instant payments, then sends it to the FedNow service. The FedNow service sends the request on to Tess's credit union, which confirms that Tess's account is enabled to receive a request for payment. Tess's credit union sends her a text and push notification that her lawn service bill is ready. Tess clicks a link to log into her credit union's mobile app, reviews the details, and then decides to pay it right away. The payment message then flows from Tessa's credit union through the FedNow service and back to Greenacre's bank. Then the bank credits Greenacre's account. Meanwhile, the bank sends the payment information to Greenacres so it can credit Tessa's billing account. This is just one way requests for payment can work, but there are many other ways and other opportunities. For example, financial institutions can create solutions that allow a supplier to respond to a customer's rush delivery order with a rush request for payment. Other potential use cases include wallet funding, e-commerce, person-to-person payments, and more. Request for payment is a powerful tool that financial institutions, payment service providers, and businesses can use to enhance their customer experiences and streamline their financial operations. Learn more and find providers that will support instant bill pay services in the Service Provider Showcase on fednowexplore.org.
All right, that is FedNow. If you guys don't, so that's FedNow, y'all. So I'm gonna go over this article that I got from, I believe it was the Federal Reserve website. Let me turn this music down a little bit. So, the FedNow thing that I said earlier, the beginning of full-scale pilot testing, Federal Reserve updates, FedNow service timing to mid 2023. So the Federal Reserve Bank, the Federal Reserve banks have narrowed the timing of the FedNow service. So if you guys didn't see it, I'll show it again as a picture. So the FedNow services will be this. FedNow service launch to mid-year 2023, specifically targeting a production rollout of the service in May to July timeframe. This further defines the previously communicated 2023 launch window for the anticipated instant payment service, and comes as the FedNow pilot program prepares to enter technical testing for the service starting in September. Today, with the FedNow launch date in sight, we are pleased with the collaboration and dedication our pilot participants have brought to advance modern payments in America, said Esther George, President and CEO of the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City and executive sponsor of the FedNow program. Currently, more than 120 organizations are preparing in FedNow pilot. That's probably one of y'all's banks as well. Program. Recent newcomers includes U.S. Bank, Exchange Bank, and several payment processors and solution providers, including Alacrity Payments LLC, ECS Fin Inc., Form 3, and Modus Box Inc. The FedNow service will be accessible to financial institutions of any size, helping broaden the reach of instant payments to communicate nationwide. I said that wrong. Instant payments to committees. Sorry, I said committees as well. Communities. I just woke up, people. So bear with me. Payments to communities nationwide. So basically, a bank near you. Basically, so let me get myself together. So, financial institutes participating in the service will be able to provide business and consumers with with the ability to send and receive instant payments effectively and securely. So I'm guessing this is going to be something like a what like a what's that Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, places like this. This basically is going to be like, but as like a bank's payment system as well. So payment recipients will have full access to funds immediately, giving them greater flexibility to manage their money and make time-sensitive payments. The benefits of instant payments are increasingly important to consumers and businesses, and the ability to provide the service will be critical for financial institutions to remain competitive. And said Ken Montgomery, Federal Reserve of Boston, first vice president and FedNow service program executive. Next year, financial institutions will be able to use the FedNow service as a springboard to provide uh, innovative solutions to their customers. Participants, optional, and messaging readiness, and then move into productions once the service is launched. As the pilot program moves into the testing phase, the Federal Reserve is beginning to engage non-pilot financial institutions and service providers interested in being early adopters of the service. So you heard it here first, but there's some more here. So the Federal Reserve banks are developing the FedNow service to facilitate nationwide reach of instant payment services by financial institutions, regardless of size or geographic location. Instant payment services by financial institutions. I said that already. Geographic locations around the clock every day of the year. So throughout financial institution, hold on. Through financial institutions participation in FedNow service, businesses and individuals will be able to send and receive instant payments at any time of the day, and recipients will have full access to funds immediately, giving them greater flexibility to manage their money and make time-sensitive payments. Access will be provided through the Federal Reserve's FedLine network, which services more than 10,000 financial institutions directly or through their agents. So, people, if you guys didn't hear me the first time back, this was like maybe 3 months ago, I probably talked about this. Was sorry for the slurping, but this is what I talked about. How the Federal Reserve, as well as the United States government, they're trying to compete with cryptocurrency. They basically want to knock cryptocurrency off of its axis to where no one wants to use it anymore, right? So, I basically myself, I don't understand cryptocurrency yet, but when I do, uh, I'm gonna buy into cryptocurrency. But this FedNow thing is also a tracking mechanism. You guys don't remember back earlier this year was when Biden signed a bill off for anyone who exceeds $600 in their bank accounts. They will be basically, if it's more, or if they receive more payments over time or whatever of $600 that's deposited into their bank accounts, they're going to be basically tracked and see where that money's coming from, basically. And The IRS might bring you up for an audit as well to see if that money had was if that money was taxable. So if you guys don't remember, I also brought up how the IRS just will hire, was it 87,000 new employees at the IRS, new agents. And then before that, I talked about how the IRS have been stockpiling ammunition and weapons. So this all ties in together. This is how it all ties in. So since the Federal Reserve is about to launch this, the United States government had to beef up the IRS's uh, employment to where that all of the everyone who's going to be come up on some sort of IRS charge or something like that, to where they're being audited, they need these agents to be well trained and all of this other stuff. So with this fednow stuff, everything gets tracked now. So no money can slip underneath of the rug for the United States government not to see anymore. So take out money or whatever. That's one way to hide it. Cryptocurrency is another way to hide it, but in a way that can be traced as well. I went over that. I forgot what video I went over that, but I went over how the FBI was searching. Oh, this is when I brought it up. I brought it up right around the time when earlier this year, when the pipeline got shut down. The Colonial Pipeline was shut down by hackers. Uh, so in that story, I talked about how the the ransom notice was for them to give them I think it was like something billion or something million, like it was a high number of money, but in cryptocurrency. So the way that they paid those people off, like I think it was like a quarter of the amount that they were asking for. They paid them in cryptocurrency, but I also brought up how the Federal Reserve is able to track those payments that's going out in cryptocurrency. So basically, this is all together. It's like a Cash App type of deal. It's like a cryptocurrency type of deal. Also, with your debit card being basically digital money, it's also acting as that as well. So it's like three things in one. You can send money off. You can receive money. It's all going to be tracked in a way to where it's basically going to be an invasion of privacy. So if you guys, like they said, there is going to be a pilot program. Who knows whose bank is going to offer this? I hope my bank doesn't offer this because my bank is basically behind in a lot of stuff. So, like when Apple Pay became a thing, they didn't adopt it until maybe like 3 years later, something like that. Now, you can touch you can touch your card to a point on the card reader now, to where you don't have to swipe. My bank doesn't even have that as well, so it's like, they're late adopters and stuff, so they're probably late adopters to this, hopefully, and they don't even try to adopt this at all. But this is gonna be quite a thing next year. People are gonna be talking about this. I will keep you guys up to date with any information on this. So with that being said, we're gonna move on to the next topic. And so moving on, if you guys didn't hear what Kanye West had to say to, I believe he was on MSNBC, of him discontinuing his relationship with the Gap. It was a savage interview. I'm not going to keep you guys waiting. Let me get this queued up. It was a savage interview, so here we go.
West, now known as Ye, said he is terminating his deal with the retailer for failing to meet obligations in the agreement, including product distribution and opening Yeezy Gap stores. Joining us now to discuss, we've got a surprise guest for you, is Ye himself. It's good to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
So talk to us about what happened here. Why are you terminating this deal with Gap?
Well, it was always a dream of mine to be at the Gap and to bring the best product possible to the masses. And I always talk to them about doing products for $20, like the best product in the world, designed at the same level of the top fashion houses in the world at $20 for the people. And so we went through 3 years, and obviously there's always like struggles and back and forth when you're trying to build something new and integrate teams. So we designed an entire collection, and actually I wasn't able to set the actual price that I wanted for this collection, and then they actually took one of the shirts and sold it for $19. So didn't price my stuff. Priced my stuff at like $200 and above their whole price point normally, and then did the exact shirt for $20. Also, they did pop-ups, and I signed on with them because they had in the contract they said they were going to do stores, and they just ignored us about building stores constantly, and it was very frustrating. It was very disheartening because I just put everything I had. I put all of my top relationships. I went and got Demna, the head designer of Balenciaga, which is one of the hottest brands in the world, to come. He does couture, and with that relationship, he ended up working on a Gap collection for me. There are a lot of things, colorways that I didn't approve. There's a lot of places that the product went to, certain sites where it was like they were just dog and pony and the idea around town. And sometimes I would talk to the guys, the heads up, the leaders, and it would just be like I was on mute or something. And they totally, our agenda, it wasn't aligned. And I know, my family, we're Garmentos. My family, we made the first Louis Vuitton bootleg jogging suits. When they used to confiscate the bags at LAX, that's actually literally my family that would cut up those bags and make jogging suits. We literally would make cross colors. Yeah, this is because people always think of things like a celebrity. This kind of, I wouldn't have been so influential in clothing language. I like that, but I like the word language better than aesthetic, because the language is the base. Aesthetic is just a style. It's a language that me and Virgil and Demna and Jerry Lorenzo and Matt Williams brought in streetwear, in this Marc Echoes complex idea of what it is today, what high schools look like today. And everyone knows that, I'm the leader, I'm the king, right? So a king can't live in someone else's castle. A king has to make his own castle.
Tell me you haven't tried this new chicken.
All right. They didn't have the part in there where Kanye was talking about he doesn't argue with people who have less money than him. That was the most savage part of the interview. He's basically telling Gap, yo, you don't have enough money. I have more money than you guys. My net worth is more than your whole company's net worth. So how the hell are you guys gonna sit here tell me something that I'm a fashionista? So how you gonna tell me what's hot, what's not, what I can do? In his contract, he basically said, yo, it was supposed to be Yeezy stores all over the country, just like there are Gap stores. I wanted to price my product my shirts and jeans and stuff at like $20 to $30 markups because I wanted even the people who are less fortunate to be able to buy fashionable clothing, that I create. And I don't know if you guys ever seen ever seen Kanye's products, but he be having people looking like homeless people. But I'm saying, if he feels as though that is the future of what fashion is going to be in the next 20, 30 years or whatever, hey, more power to him. You know what I'm saying? I like Kanye. His first album is my favorite album. Well, first and second album are my favorite albums. But yeah, he's basically, basically saying they gypped me, but they gypped me in my contract because there was a lot of things that I didn't get to get out of it, and they basically went back on their word, and I'm not having it. So I'm basically hey, you got, we can't work together anymore. So Kanye's next venture now is to go independent. He'll keep creating the very same fashion of what he's been given to us as far as Yeezys and his clothing. It's all going to be under one umbrella. One umbrella under Kanye West's umbrella. Who knows what he's going to call his fashion line? It might still be Yeezy or Yeezus or whatever he wants to call it. So more power to you, Kanye. You'll be, you'll be, you have the audience to buy your thing. So if you got it at a price point that's just the same as you wanted to sell at Gap, then hey, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have a lot of people buying your things, and people just think about it. Whoever wears Yeezys, you'll exclusively get Yeezys at Yeezy's store or wherever he wants to call it, the store of Ye or wherever the hell he wants to call it. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to get his shoes at his store, his clothes at his stores around the country. So that's his next venture. So more power to him. I can't wait to see if they pop up in malls around me. There's three or four malls around me that I want to venture to, and I might buy a pair of Yeezys. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a pair of Yeezys yet, but I'll buy a pair of Yeezys. If it's exclusively at his store, because we gotta support black businesses. You guys don't know. So moving on, people. So we have this next story, which is the craziest damn story I've heard in my life, man. I don't know if these kids these days want to see death at an early age or something, but it's by you trying this concoction, it's weird as hell, man. You gotta basically I'm gonna play this video real fast, and man, look, here we go. So I'm gonna play this video. Let me take this down because this shit is weird. Let's go.
Tell me you haven't tried this new chicken dish. I mean, I heard you laughing about it when I was teasing.
Yeah, because this sounds
the chicken and cold medicine.
Because what is happening to society? But can you imagine?
I'll tell you what's going on. Motherfuckers are going crazy. Listen, before I continue this video, why are you guys doing this? Because the hell with it. Let me play the video, then I'll say what I have to say.
Dinner, it's okay, we have your dinner here. Did anybody order the chicken coqueline?
No, that's a bad joke. That's
The
a bad joke.
FDA is warning parents and teens about a dangerous social media challenge where kids are cooking dishes marinated in cough syrup. I'm not sure how many people are actually doing this, but even one person is too many. The challenge works like this. You take your favorite protein, like a chicken or a fish, marinate it in over-the-counter cough and cold medicine, then cook it. Experts say boiling the medication, though, can make it more concentrated, leading to a possible overdose. And even if you're not eating the chicken, just inhaling the vapors could cause lung damage. Also, how awful must that taste or your house smell? Another challenge encourages people to take large doses of Benadryl in order to hallucinate. The FDA says this trend has sent kids to the emergency room. Some of them have actually died. Experts say parents should openly talk to their kids about the possible outcomes of abusing these medicines.
So are they eating it to get the effect of NyQuil? Or like,
you know, that's a great question. I thankfully don't know anyone stupid enough to do this, so I haven't been able to ask them. But
well, not only parents should talk to their kids, but I think that the social media apps should do something about making that a trending topic. You know, I mean, it's so dangerous.
No, I'm just baffled. I mean,
it's just like, why?
I thought I saw everything, you know, and then I just saw that story.
And then today happened.
Speaking of just,
you're welcome.
Man, listen. How can I do this? Man, look. Who the hell is really eating this? Because nobody black came up with this. Because if anyone black would have came up with this, they at least would have seasoned this shit. You know, black people season every damn thing. You know, it would have been some pepper, some hot sauce, and some Lowry's put on this shit before it was cooked, along with the NyQuil. This is how we know white people came up with this shit. For the simple fact that the shit ain't even seasoned. Like, come on now. Ain't no black kids ain't trying this shit because it ain't seasoned. But for people to do this, number one, please, if you're watching and you have kids, please talk to them and tell them don't do this. Tell them that this isn't something that is a cool thing to do. Because if your kids is trying this concoction, like the guy said, it can either lead into death or it can get them really, really sick. Now, the guy also said by cooking it, it concentrates it to the point to where it can be fatal. Also, inhaling the fumes also can lead to some disastrous things. So who the hell is oiling up a pan, marinating this shit in some damn NyQuil or some off-brand NyQuil, and then putting it in a frying pan and cooking this shit? Who's ever doing this, whoever came up with this, they need to go to jail. Because this is criminal. Like, just think about it. You sitting there cooking this shit. And if you guys have seen any of the videos, like people are like using like straightening irons to flip it, or they're using off things that you wouldn't see in a kitchen. Like, who the hell, like, what the hell is wrong with people? So with people doing this, they have to think. Just think, like, if you have the NyQuil in your hand and a pack of chicken breasts in another, and you like, damn, I want to try this so I can get a lot of clicks on my page. Just think first. Be like, is this actually necessary in order to get clicks? And if your gut says no, don't do it, because it's stupid. You're either gonna wind up passed out in your kitchen with your house on fire, or you're gonna ingest this shit and either die or go to the hospital. Like, just think first. This isn't smart. This isn't a smart thing to do. certain things come to us in certain ways for a reason. So the idiot whoever came up with this, man, man, look. Anyway, so people, that concludes the pre-show portion. I will be going into this next portion, which is the main show. So everybody, if you have got here, I give you guys a round of applause and a DJ horn for being here. Let's hop into it. Let's not wait any longer. So let's go over the overview. I have an overview here of what we're going to be talking about tonight. So the overview is Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears. Their lawsuit has been dropped. Also, the Brooklyn Bishop got arrested for assault. That's pretty crazy. And we have John Boyega faces backlash for his dating preferences. I wonder why. Now, this Tiffany Haddish thing, right? So Tiffany Haddish, she is now out of, well, she's in the clear now for, the skit and everything that has happened. And also Aries, they're both in the clear now. So, Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears molestation lawsuit dropped by accusers, says the LA Times. This is what they write. The woman who accused Tiffany Haddish and comedian Aries Spears of molestation has dropped the lawsuit against them, according to multiple reports. Due to multiple reports. So, I have a video here talking about this, and here we go.
Hey y'all, friends, family, and familiars, come on in here. It's your Hex girlfriend coming right back at you with breaking news. Please subscribe to my channel and like and share this and more shenanigans. Okay, you guys, so Radar Online is reporting that they have seen legal documents letting them know that Tiffany Haddish has reached a settlement with her accusers in the case of SA and S exploitation against minors during those horrible skits that were produced by Aries Spears that Tiffany Haddish played a role in. Now, it does not give us a dollar amount. However, the parties will no longer be moving forward with a lawsuit against Ms. Haddish. Now, at this point, we are getting crickets from Aries Spears, and we have not heard whether or not he is a party to what is going on and is in fact working on his own out-of-court settlement. Now, what I do want to say about this is that at this point, Tiffany Haddish is the larger and wealthier celebrity in the situation. So early on, Aries Spears' attorney, Miss Oprah, was merely parroting everything that Tiffany Haddish legal team was saying. So early on, Tiffany Haddish's attorney made a very callous, which I think came back to bite them in their ass, statement suggesting that this was a shakedown, that these claims were bogus, and then these horrible clips surfaced that no, actually is true, and it was even worse than it sounded. So now we have to wait and see what Deborah Oprah, who is the attorney for Aries Spears, how she's going to respond to this with her client. Because I really do believe that Aries Spears had a lot to do with what happened here. I'm sure, I cannot prove it, but I'm sure he wrote and produced the script, and Tiffany Haddish supplied the children, which was completely inappropriate.
Now, we don't know that for sure. We don't know that if Aries did write, produce, and all that. I have another video that might have some information that we didn't know. Before we get there, we will finish this, and I will be continuing reading the article, but you can make claims, right? But don't make claims to the fact to where you're making this an actual where you're making actual like, yeah, he really did it. It's like we don't know if he did that. We don't know if he wrote it. For all we know, he could have just been he could have just been the guy who just starred in it along with Tiffany. We don't know if he wrote or produced. We know who directed, David Spates, but we don't know who produced this because it didn't have those credits in there. So that's an accusation that people need to pull back because we don't actually know who produced this until the second video that I play.
To applaud Tiffany Haddish for not dragging this thing out or allowing platforms such as Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked to expose the identities of these plaintiffs who in fact have been hurt enough. I'm glad that Tiffany Haddish was mature and that she is taking responsibility for the role that she...
Hold on, let's read that. Let's see what Jason Lee said, because Jason Lee and Tiffany Haddish are real close friends. Jason Lee, from owner and operator of Hollywood Unlocked. He's basically like the new TMZ. He covers damn near all types of stores. He also was a cast member on Wild 'N Out, so you guys, go and check him out. So, the internet is a wild playground. The skit is clearly trash, but there's a conversation not happening because details are missing. Oh, and I'm going to reveal the people behind the lawsuit. No John or Jane Doe's here. So that's what he had to say.
Sure, and that she is taking responsibility for the role that she played. I hope that these the child and the now adult young lady have received monetary amount that equates to what they suffered. Now that we have come to this point, I really hope that this becomes a platform for us to talk about I'm just going to say it. I have a small platform. It don't matter, y'all. To talk about sexual abuse and exploitation of children. And we do not gloss over these things or make excuses for people just because they may have more money, fame, or influence, and that we all work together to protect children. Aries Spears, kiss my ass with somebody else's lips. You need to take responsibility too, and you need to run these plaintiffs their money. All right. I would love to see what you guys think about this in the comments.
All right. So, her to make accusations like that is wrong because we don't know who exactly, was the background people on this other than one person, and that was the director that I brought up the second week that this topic was hot. So per the court document, right, obtained by TMZ, the plaintiff, a 22-year-old woman identified as Jane Doe, requested the case be dismissed with prejudice, meaning the plaintiff cannot refile the same claim again in the court. So, this is the document right here. All right. Uh-oh. Okay, never mind. Hold up. Something just popped up on my screen. I don't want it to be there. All right. So this is the document, right? And I have this document right in front of me. So if you guys can see it here, I got it right here in front of me. So, United States District Courts, Central District of California, Jane Doe, and on behalf of John Doe, plaintiffs Tiffany Haddish, an individual, Aries Spears, all that, case number, whatever. Notice of dismissal, pursuit Is that pursuit? I can't see. Pursuant to federal rules of civil procedures. Okay, there we go. Please take notice and hash check the box is this action is dismissed by the plaintiff or plaintiffs in this. I have no idea what that says. Let me blow it up and then bring it back down. By its entirety, sorry. So, then it has, whatever, then it has the date, then it has her signing the name of who she really is, and then that's it. That's the whole document or whatever. So the case was dismissed with prejudice, which means, again, like I said in the article, the plaintiff cannot bring this up anymore. So the 4 weeks that everyone has suffered basically thinking that Aries and Tiffany are bad people, we can now sit on this and be like, all right, they dismissed it. It's going to be some payment. We don't know how much, but we know that the mother of these two people, both their mother wanted to take money from or extort money from Tiffany of the amount of $15,000. Now, if you guys paid attention to Hollywood Unlocked lately, Jason Lee brought this up that it wasn't just these people. It was going to be a second party to this. And the money that they were going to get or extort from Tiffany, they were going to split it. So, in the first place, here's one thing. The mother was asking for $15,000, which means that if the second person would have gotten involved with that, they were splitting 7,500. Like, the fuck? What are you doing with 7,500? You're basically doing nothing with that. So, here's my thing. Like, to be honest, these people basically, and this is my own. I'm going off on my own merit right now. I believe with this case being dismissed by the plaintiffs, I believe that they got away with legal extortion. Because like I said, an amount of money is going to be paid out to them. It's an undisclosed amount. We don't know how much Tiffany's going to be paying these people. So with that being said, it's like did they get away with extortion? Whatever amount of money that they were asking for, like, and plus the daughter, Jane Doe, she was the one who represented herself, or did she, in this? More information on that later on. Now, let me take this down. This document. We don't need it anymore. So, I believe that they got away with legal extortion. Hell, cops do it every day. If you guys have ever gotten a ticket, that's legal extortion. That's your town, or if we're getting into state police, that's the state taking money from you. It's extortion. Now, it's extortion if you do a crime, right? So basically, if you do a illegal thing in a car, that's they give you a ticket, that's extortion. So, but in my own beliefs, I feel as though that they got away with legal extortion. That's just my take on it. So going back to the article, it says, my family and I have known Tiffany for many years, and now for many years, and we now know that she would never harm me or my brother or help anyone else do anything that could harm us. Now, let me stop. Let me stop there. Because she said in a statement on the lawsuit, if you guys don't remember me bringing this up, she said that and this is in the lawsuit, it stated that she watched a Tiffany Haddish movie. She watched Girls Trip, and when Tiffany Haddish was performing fellatio on, I believe it was like a grapefruit and a banana, I believe, if not a cucumber. She said that brought up memories of the day of which Tiffany had her perform or tried to perform fellatio on a sandwich for I guess a parodied Subway commercial, right? That Aries Spears was also in. So my whole thing was, when I said that, was that if you and your family don't like her or have some sort of disdain for her, why would you then watch Girls Trip, the movie? Why would you do that if you don't like her? Makes no sense. It made no sense to me. So now her words are that we know that Tiffany would never have anyone or herself bring any harm to us. So what changed? What changed from what she initially wrote in the lawsuit to her now dropping the charges, basically saying, you know what, let's settle out of court for undisclosed amount and whatever, right? What tune changed? I believe when she was speaking to the lawyers of Tiffany, I believe they reached a settlement amount that basically made her feel good. And it was like, I'll take it. I'll drop the charges. I'll have it dismissed so we can get on with our lives. Well, let's keep reading. We wish Tiffany the best and are glad that we can all put this behind us, Jane Doe said it in a statement to TMZ, who first reported the news. So, now they're wishing Tiffany the best, and we'll see what Tiffany has to say, what's the best of what she's dealing with right now. This is very this is fucked up. Like, for real. This is very messed up. For the simple fact is this. You basically traumatized this woman to the fact to where she couldn't deal with it no more. You're basically making it to where it's like, well, since I have my amount of money that I want now, I can now just be like, yeah, Tiffany's cool. Tiffany's fine. She'll never do anything to me and my brother or my family. I knew it all along. And it's like, but that's not what the hell you were saying in the court document of the lawsuit. That's not what you said at all. But let's continue. Jane Doe and lawyers for Tiffany Haddish and Spears did not immediately respond to people's requests for comment. Last month, Jane Doe sued Tiffany Haddish, 42, and Spears, 47, in California Superior Court for Los Angeles County on behalf of herself and minor identified as John Doe, her younger brother. The court documents obtained by People, Jane alleged that Haddish groomed the plaintiffs, leaving them traumatized for life. All right. So we're talking about grooming here. We're talking about being traumatized. Two things of what I just brought up with her stating in the lawsuit of her watching Girls Trip. If you were traumatized and you felt as though that you were groomed by someone that you have been away from for 7, 8 years now, why is it that you're watching shit that they're on? One. Also, Now that you guys reached a settlement, you now feel good about everything. Yeah, I feel great about everything now. Everything's fine. I'll go on with my life. I'll let her go on with hers because now I have the amount of money that I want. But this doesn't seem like, and it didn't sound like someone who has been traumatized. It doesn't sound as if someone who made that statement is traumatized. That sounds like a happy-go-lucky thing. But I digress from that. Back to the article, the plaintiffs claimed that Haddish was a longtime friend, a family friend of her mother, and that in 2013, when Jane Doe was 14, Haddish took her to the taping of Sexually Suggestive Subways commercial that Haddish allegedly said would help Jane Doe get on television and would be included in the teenager's film reel. Okay, well, let's keep going. During the taping, Haddish allegedly instructed Jane Doe on how to perform inappropriate sex acts after watching a man and woman in a video. In a statement posted to Instagram on September 5th, Haddish wrote, I know people have a bunch of questions. I get it. I'm right there with you. Unfortunately, because there is an ongoing legal case, there's very little that I can say right now. But she continued, clearly, while this sketch was intended to be comedic, it wasn't funny at all, and I deeply regret having agreed to acting in it. I look forward to being able to share a lot more about this situation as soon as I can. Now, this is what I have to say on that. We about to get into some shit right now. This is what I have to say on that part. So, we all know the story by now that Tiffany was the one who brought Jane Doe and John Doe to two separate tapings when it came to shooting each video. So she had a commercial sort of sketch. Her brother had another, of which we've seen all over the internet. All right. Both said, or it was said that both called their mother after tapings and told them that they didn't want to do this anymore. They didn't want to film anymore. It was also said, I believe it was said in the court document, that after Jane Doe had taped her scenes, Tiffany sent her home with $100. This is what I said about that. I said, if Tiffany is some sort of family friend, right? She's taking you guys around being to be in commercials and sketches and stuff like that. Why would your mother entrust someone who's going to take you somewhere but then have you walk home or take the bus by yourself? Why wouldn't Tiffany just take you home? My whole thing was this: if my mom sent me with a godfather of mine or an uncle or a family friend, if I was to go with them, she's expecting them to bring me back. Which to me also was another red flag in the story, because it didn't sound right. It didn't sound right at all. And this is why it didn't sound right. Why would someone bring you somewhere but not drop you off? Why is she held liable for you if after that she made you walk home? Made no sense to me, which I believe was a lie in the story. Also, like I said, both Jane and John Doe called their mothers after the whole scenes were taped. The little boy, which was said that the little boy called his mom and said it was crying at that and said, "I don't want to tape anymore. I don't want to tape anymore." All right. Now, at the time, little boy was 7, so we all saw the sketch. I'm not gonna get into how he felt because he's still a kid. So we'll just gloss over that point. But when it comes to people being held liable for something, right? Everyone's naming just Aries Spears and all this because he was in the sketch and he did some foul shit in the sketch. We all seen it. We all know what happened. Most of us who didn't see it, then you're only taking people's words for it. Now, but the video I played with the young lady speaking on who should be at fault here. Now, she also said the production team who was in the production team wasn't named. The director of the sketch was named by name of David Spates. I played a video last week during my pre-show of a woman calling around to certain talent agencies to get these people dropped from their agencies, such as Tiffany Haddish, Aries Spears, and David Spates. The week before that, the week before last, I brought up exactly who David Spates was. He's a director who directs a lot of content, a lot of like sketch content on YouTube. That's on his page. Probably as well as for other people as well. So, why aren't these people being brought up? See, David Spates' name was brought up in the lawsuit as well for who directed, but nothing else was put on there of who was a producer, who did the lighting. None of that was brought up, and none of those people are being held liable as well. But we have somebody who's been reading into this a lot more than some of us. And she has another person to drop in this whole Tiffany Haddish, Aries Spears debacle. And this is what she has to say.
Let's start from the
That
beginning
baby
on
mama.
it. That production, Funny or Die, that show is produced, written, created by Will Ferrell, white guy.
Racist. That's
No, I didn't say racist. I said white guy.
Yeah, I know who Will Ferrell is. Yeah.
Okay.
At no time would we be able to get away with being the creator of something that went that bad, and his name was never mentioned.
Never
The
mentioned.
two black people he hired are under the bus. Okay, we'll start there. I don't like that off the top. Mm-hmm. Off the top, I don't like that Will Ferrell was not mentioned, but Tiffany Harris and Aries Spears are in trouble. This is before we even get into it.
Right.
Next, there's a comedy sketch. Somebody tells you your child, we need children for this sketch. In order for you to have a child on your sketch or on any set under 17, you have to have releases. You have to have a guardian on site.
Now, let's get into that. You need a guardian on site. You need releases signed. You probably need to be told what the laws are when it comes to child labor laws. All of that probably has to be said, and probably all of that will be in the contract for each child to do said things. Because you gotta remember, if they're working under film law in California, all of this has to be done. Now, she named Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell was a comedic actor on SNL who also I don't know if he owns or if he's like a co-owner of Funny or Die, but the woman in the video brings up Will Ferrell. Now, why is his name so significant? Well, she says that Will Ferrell hired these people to be in this sketch. Now, during production, pre-production, you have to set everything of what is needed for said sketch. Now, when the sketch that we saw, they probably had to have a meeting of who they needed. Well, we need a kid. Okay. Well, where are we going to find the kid at? Well, we don't know. Well, Tiffany's name. Well, if Tiffany was there, well, I know some kids that can be in this sketch. All right. Well, we just need one kid, preferably young. Do you think you can, you know, you can do that? She said, yeah, I probably know. I know a kid that's like, 7 years old, so I'll probably be able to get him here. So that probably was okay, cool. We have the kid now, so this is what the scene's gonna be. Blah 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 blah. This is what's gonna happen in the sketch. Whatever. Boom. For far as what we know, we don't know if releases was signed because the mom wasn't there. The 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 the, uh, the sister was there, but she wasn't. She's not old enough to sign paperwork legally for her younger brother. Not even for herself at the time. So that's number 2. Number 3, it was said also that Jane Doe was separated from John Doe during the sketch being produced and being filmed. So we don't know exactly what happened. We don't exactly know what happened. So with that being said, it's like, what can we really do at this point? Because speculation's is out. Is out. Like, we can't even speculate anymore. We have some of the facts, but we don't have all. Now, the lady that was talking that said who else should be in trouble for this is Will Ferrell. Why hasn't Will Ferrell's name been brought up in any of this? I'm pretty sure that they can check the credits of who filmed this, who was a part of this, who produced this, who wrote this, who directed this, which we know, David Spates. So why is it that only Tiffany's name and Aries' name is being brought up? Now, I hope that Jason Lee sits down with Tiffany Haddish, and hopefully he sits down with Aries Spears, so they can get their side of everything. Because that'll be a bombshell. That'll be everybody's speculations out the door. Jason Lee's gonna get right down to the nitty gritty. Ask them all the hard questions. Ask them everything that we want to know. What all happened? Who was all there? And all this other craziness. He's gonna make sure that gets put out there. Maybe he'll do two separate. Interviews. Maybe, I'm pretty sure he will if he gets up with Tiffany and or Aries Spears. I'm pretty sure he'll probably be able to get that information out. But with him being friends with Tiffany, we don't know how far he'll go with the questioning. So let's get back to the article. So per the filing, plaintiff John Doe was allegedly molested by Spears in 2014 after Haddish told him he would be taping a reel for Nickelodeon at Spears' home. While there, Haddish allegedly told Jane Doe that she needed John Doe alone and took him to a room where Spears began molesting him, then the then 7-year-old on film. The plaintiff's court documents claim Haddish witnessed the alleged incident and aided and abetted and watched Spears sexually molest a child. John Doe said in a statement that Spears and Haddish gave him a drink that made him sleepy and Happy Face candy. Now, if you guys saw the skit, the child wasn't sleepy at all in that sketch. The entire sketch, he didn't look tired or sleepy. So I don't know what they're trying to do there. Also, Haddish also allegedly paid the siblings $100 he claimed. The plaintiffs were both minors and were incapable of consenting to participate in sexual graphic videos distributed and published via Funny or Die platform, the lawsuit said, adding there was no parent or guardian present. Haddish and Spears were being sued for intentional infliction of emotional distress, gross negligence, sexual battery, sexual harassment, and sexual abuse of a minor. Haddish was also sued for negligence, supervision, failure to warn, breach of fiduciary duty, and constructive fraud. In a previous statement to People, Funny or Die said, Funny or Die found the video disgusting and would never produce such content. We were not involved with the conceptualization, development, funding, or production of this video. It was uploaded to this site as user-generated content and was removed in 2018 immediately after becoming aware of his existence. Haddish's lawyer said in a previous statement about the lawsuit that the plaintiff's mother has been trying to assert these bogus claims against Miss Haddish for several years. Every attorney who has initially taken on her case, and there were several ultimately dropped the matter once it became clear the claims were meritless and Miss Haddish would not be shaken down. Added, the attorney, now the mother, has her adult daughter representing herself in this lawsuit. She did not do that. If y'all don't remember, I said that Jane Doe should hire a lawyer that's just out of college or something like that, or a lawyer that can take this pro bono. If you guys don't remember me saying this, I need to cue this up. If you guys don't remember me saying this, I will show you exactly what the hell I'm saying. So, one second. And, they're ready to go and, play ball and go to court. Who knows how this is going to end up, but I'm going to tell the lady now, Miss Morse, if your daughter is going to represent herself, she better know a little something about how to conduct herself in a court of law, what procedures to go through when doing it, and really, she shouldn't be doing it because it's stupid to represent yourself. So y'all should find some sort of legal counsel that will take this case and possibly do it pro bono. So I suggest y'all get someone who just passed the bar who's looking for work. Just saying. Now, that's what I said. This was, I believe, the first video. No, this was the second video that I did on this. No, I'm sorry. This is the first video. This is the first video that I did on this. Now, seems she listened to exactly what the hell I said, because the very person that she hired to do this pro bono is this guy. This guy's name is Tyrone Blackburn, who helped or was the lawyer of Jane and John Doe. Seems like she wasn't trying to lose, but they settled. So in a way, she won, but not really. But it's a win. It's a win nonetheless. But this is the very guy. This is the very guy who represented Jane Doe and John Doe in the case. Now, he has stated that he wasn't the person. That he wasn't the person who helped them with this, but we all know that that's bullshit. Because how's it that they came to a settlement agreement if there was two lawyers for Haddish and Aries Spears, and the daughter was just representing herself? No way possible that can go down. They probably would have just took this shit to trial to show a judge in the public that the claims that of which Jane Doe, her mother, and her brother was stating were all bullshit. Now, was there child battery, molestation, all that other craziness and abuse? We didn't see any on camera other than Aries Spears rubbing baby oil on the 7-year-old at the time. That's all we saw in the video. Is that sexual battery? Well, if the child didn't want to be touched, then yes, that would be sexual battery to a point, if not just battery. Also, the simulation of fellatio on a sandwich in Jane Doe's video, we haven't seen that sketch, so we can't make claims of if that's true or not. But I will say this. If more information comes out on this to where they can actually give real accounts of what actually happened, and they can vividly remember and show us and demonstrate exactly what happened to them, then that's when I'll believe them. Now, some people will say, well, Marcus, are you saying you don't believe a child and someone who was 14 at the time of something that happened to him? Well, it becomes unbelievable when you hear that the mother was trying to shake Tiffany down for years for this. Why? Well, I would say it's because of jealousy. Because Tiffany actually got to where the mother actually wanted to go. Which I believe her name is Teresa Morris. Teresa Morris, the mother of Jane and John Doe, was trying to extort money along with what Jason Lee said, a second party was trying to extort money from Tiffany for years. We saw in a picture, I believe it was in 2019, of her attending a birthday party of Tiffany Haddish, or on behalf of Tiffany Haddish. So this is why I say that this stuff isn't true. This is why I say it's not true. Okay, you can't say them like that. So I don't know, man. We gonna have to figure some more of this stuff out, because it's weird to think that Tiffany Haddish would allow Aries Spears to sexually abuse these kids, knowing that these kids are in her care. Why would she do that? That makes no sense to anybody. Now, moving on, let's get back into the article. I have a little bit more than I have the last thing. The two of them will face the consequences of pursuing this this frivolous action together. Spears' lawyer also said in a statement that he isn't going to fall for any shakedown. But here's the aftermath of it all in Tiffany's words. So this is what Tiffany had to say about all of this when speaking to a TMZ field reporter, I guess.
How does it feel to have that behind you? I know that was probably a stressful thing.
You think?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Do you feel like, that there could be some damage done, to the career, after this? Because it's behind you now, but like, is that something?
Oh, I lost everything. All my gigs gone.
Really?
Everything gone.
So, I mean, are you? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is that's a bad look. But now that they've changed face,
I
do
don't
you feel
know,
like
bro.
you regain your?
I don't have no job.
Well, look.
I don't have no job, bro.
That's not good. That's not good. We love you.
Now, let's scroll this back to when she told him that she doesn't have a job. Listen to it.
Here, after this, because it's behind you now. But like, is that something?
Oh, I lost everything. All my gigs gone.
Really?
Everything gone.
So.
Now, did you hear the person in the background laughing? Now, I don't know if that person was with Tiffany or if that person was with TMZ. But I'm pretty sure it's with the person that's with TMZ. He was holding the camera as well as, asking her questions. But there was a laugh in there. So, because it's TMZ and Tiffany Haddish knows TMZ's record of them reporting shit and then going off on their own merit of reporting things, maybe Tiffany might be lying to TMZ so they can write a salacious story about what she said, which they did. So we don't know the truth of her losing her jobs at all. But I will say this. Tiffany Haddish was up to play Florence Johnson, aka FloJo, the famous track runner back in the mid to late 80s. She was up, if probably not still up to play her. So, we won't know until we see trailers for that to see if she got recasted or something. But she said she lost all of her jobs. So if that's true, we will see in coming months if that is true or not. But we can only speculate for now. So, the speculation train moves on. So that concludes this story. I have my next story coming up, which is this Brooklyn Bishop, the Brooklyn Bishop that we all know that was in that video, that viral video of him being robbed at gunpoint. This was like a month ago now. So, this time around, so Brooklyn Bishop, Lamor Whitehead was arrested after allegedly grabbing a woman. A Brooklyn Bishop, previously robbed of $1 million in jewelry mid-sermon, is now in the headlines again after reportedly grabbing a woman during a live stream sermon. Bishop Whitehead putting his hands on people in the name of Jesus. The incident happened Sunday, according to the New York Daily News. Bishop Lamor Whitehead reportedly grabbed the woman whom he believed was a threat to his family. So I'm gonna play y'all the video, right?
Have preached so bad about Leah. We beat Leah up in the body of Christ. That when somebody preaches about Leah as prosperity, it doesn't look good. They said Leah was tender-eyed. Some people called her cross-eyed. Some people called her ugly. Some people.
So he's sitting here, he's doing his thing. He's preaching the word of God and all that other foolishness. So then we get to where a woman stands up and she starts shouting at him, starts screaming at him and arguing with him. And this is what happens.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Come on, you want to come preach? You want to come preach? You want to come preach? Come on up here. Come on up here. Yeah, come on up here. Come on up here. I'm going to make you famous. Come on up here. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Woo. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. In the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. Let's pray in the spirit, y'all. Loko shana ma 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 si. Loko bo shata ba ba ba. Lete bebe go shata ba. Ata ba boko shata ma si. Loko shene ba ba shata ba ba. Ebe go shata ba 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 ba. Lete bebe go shana ba. Hey, glory to God. Now remove her out of here. Now move her out of here. Move her out of here. Amen. Come on, let's give Jesus a round of applause, y'all. Hey, yes, Lord. Let's give Jesus a round of applause. Let's give Jesus a round of applause. Let's give Jesus a round of applause. Now let's give Jesus a round of applause. While they take pictures and they want to be on social media, take the pictures. Take the pictures. Take the pictures. Take the pictures. Take the pictures.
So that's him putting his hands on this woman in the name of Jesus, right?
Now you gonna grab her out. Grab her out. Grab her out. Grab her out. Get out. Grab her. Grab her. Grab her. Grab her. Grab her. Press whatever charge you want.
So after that, she calls the cops on him. So he says in a statement to the Daily News that they locked me up in front of my children, in front of my wife, in front of my church. Whitehead told the Daily News hours after his release. They publicly embarrassed me, and then they dropped all the charges after 2 hours. And apologized to me. Whitehead told the media outlet he was preaching at Leaders of Tomorrow International Ministry in Canarsie Canarsies in Brooklyn, when two women walked into the church in the middle of his sermon. I was almost done with my preaching, and these two women, these two young ladies came in and sat, in the back. He recounted. You want to come to preach? Come up here. Whitehead was heard saying to one of the women who could be heard shouting off camera during the social media live stream of the service. I'm gonna make you famous. The video shows the bishop walking off camera and telling someone, now move her out of here, while heckling continues. One of the women then comes toward him. The video shows she came in the middle aisle and just started cussing at me, calling me all types of names, calling me all types of things, Whitehead said. She came back storming toward my wife and 10 month old my wife and 10-month-old baby, he continued. She went toward my wife, and that's when I grabbed her. I grabbed her in the name of Jesus and took her out of my church. All I could remember was the guys with the guns who put their guns in my baby's face. So he then comes back on camera to explain himself of what happened.
And I got the video, y'all. I got the video that y'all don't see. I am a gentleman. I am pro woman. I'm not an abusive man. Never been, never will. You know, people that know me, my father died when I was sick, got killed. I am pro woman. And but these people were sent into my church to disrupt my church, and this lady went towards my wife to attack her and my daughter, and that's when I grabbed her, okay, and did what I had to do, what any man and any pastor would do, okay. We're just off of the experience of 3 men coming into my church, robbing us, and putting a gun in my wife's face and in my 8-month-old daughter's face. She was 8 months at the time. And that's not going to happen again. So for everybody that that feels whatever they want to feel, y'all can feel whatever y'all want to feel. No, I didn't choke her. No, it was nothing like that. I grabbed her and escorted her out the way she needed to be escorted out. And I asked her,
"You sure you didn't grab her?" Because I have a still shot of the exact moment when you grabbed her. Right there. Grabbed her by her neck. Now there's another picture which I didn't get in time, but it's a picture of a whelp or welt. I don't know which one it is. Is it welt or whelp? I can't remember. It's of a mark, a scratch mark, basically from, I guess, his ring when he grabbed her on the back part of her neck, like almost towards the back part of her neck. Hold on, y'all can't see me do this. So somewhere back here is where the mark is like by her ear, like almost to the back of her neck of him grabbing her. But this is the still shot of you doing this, sir. So what are you talking about? You did that. You grabbed her. You didn't escort her out. You grabbed her neck as if she was your child. You know how parents do, y'all. When parents are so frustrated with you, they grab your neck and start moving you. That happened to me a lot of times when I was growing up. So I know the feeling. So yeah, like this is what happened. So for you to say that you didn't do it, the still shot's right there. So let's keep going.
you're gonna be removed. You gotta leave. And she walked back. This is something y'all can't see, but we have video in the church. Okay, we have video in the church, and we also know who was behind it, and they want me to say their name because all they want is followers. And the young ladies were downstairs. Hold on one second, y'all. Yeah, the young ladies were downstairs, and if you look on their pages right now, they're trying to create content, y'all. That's all it is. It's an attack on who I am, and that's just what it is. But I am not a. Hold on one second. I am not a person that will try to harm or hurt anyone. But if my safety is in jeopardy, or my family's safety is in jeopardy, I'm going to do what I got to do. And that's just what it is. And you guys, they're not doing this in the masjids, and they're not doing this in the Jewish synagogues. But yet,
hold up, because with a lot of bishops and pastors and stuff like that, such as Creflo Dollar, Eddie Long before he died, TD Jakes, you guys have amassed like a fortune just off of prosperity preaching. Let's put Joel Osteen in that as well. You guys have gotten money in God's name You guys have millions upon billions of dollars. How? How, Sway? How, Sway? How in the fuck did you amass such a fortune by just preaching? Like, okay, growing up, when I used to go to church, the pastor, well, we had what, like two pastors when I was going to church. Each of them, one of them drove a Pontiac, the other one drove, I believe it was a Chrysler car because he worked at Chrysler. So how's it that you guys amassed such a fortune, but these guys didn't? I don't understand. How's it that all you guys amass such money just by preaching? Also, TD Jakes, I believe Creflo Dollar, Joel Osteen, they also write books, so that could be where they amass their fortune. But let's put this in perspective. They amass such a fortune that they have mega churches. Not this guy, not yet. We'll see his mega church somewhere in New York soon. Because if he has millions of dollars worth of jewelry on that was stolen from, which I believe he orchestrated. Also, you drive a fancy car off of preaching. Oh, you said that you're a real estate agent and you have your own business. That's how you amass your fortune, off of commission money. All right. But then, people you got to take a collection plate in church. So where's that money going? That should be going to the church. Because that raggedy, well, I won't say it's raggedy. It looks pretty nice in there. If you guys see the security footage shot of it, looks actually nice for a little spot that he has, like a storefront church. It looks pretty nice inside. But how the hell did you amass such a fortune, man? People, if y'all want to come up here, the link's in the chat. Just if you want to come up here, hit the link. There's 3 rules. Got to be on camera at all times. Here on the background, and if you want to come up here. If you don't want to be on camera, there's a chat back here. Let me know your name, and I'll let you know to turn your camera off once you come up here. And please silence all background noise. All right, all background noise. Let's get back into the video.
In the black church, right? I don't want to hear about no white man. I don't want to hear about no other race. It's us. It's us. The people that are my color are doing this, right? And at the end of the day, I keep telling you, I'm not no punk. If it was a man that came up, it would have been a little different. Trust and believe, it would have been a little different. All right? It would have been a whole lot different. So if you think that y'all gonna come and walk in my church and act crazy, all right, you're gonna get escorted out. Whether if you get dragged out or you're gonna walk out, but you're gonna get out. Period, point blank. You're not gonna sit here and threaten nor jeopardize any of my members. And it shouldn't be like that. However you feel, you can have your feelings. Just please leave us alone. So that's just what it is, y'all. That's what it is. I'm okay. I'm okay. And it was a woman. So my security team, like I said, I got the video, y'all. She was walking off once I told her that she has to go. When she walked off, then she doubled back really fast and started to go at my wife and my daughter. And that's when I intervened. And that's when I did what I had to do as not only a pastor, but a husband and a father. There's no...
Now, we don't know this for sure. Maybe I could pull up the security cam footage, maybe. And then, let me see if I can find the security cam footage to see if what he's actually saying is the truth. So, Bishop Whitehead. Let's see if they have the security footage. on here. And they do, which is good. So I'm going to save this. And I'll play this next. Just to see what actually happened. But nonetheless, look, man, we don't know what actually happened. So I'm pretty sure he'll get into all the other stuff with this. DL Hughley spoke about this. Now he wants to fight DL Hughley for some reason. Who knows? Like, it's weird. But look, I'll spend some time on DL real fast. Why does DL always got his damn mouth in something, yo? Like, that's weird for me, like, for a man such as his stature, well, not stature, but his status, to be talking about low-level things like this. Like, come on, DL, you doing too much. DL Hughley basically, I believe his words was he should have never put his hands on that lady. He could have had his security do it and all. But it's like, if he says what he is saying is true, then, you know, the woman doubles back that goes after his wife and child. Then if that happened, then okay, I can understand why he grabbed her. But let's see if that's the truth, because here's the security footage right here. All right, I'm gonna turn this off. So, you know, he's preaching here, you know. So let's see. Okay, so someone stands up in the back right here. So, woman stands up, talking, reckless to him. You ain't nothing. You out here stealing. Like I said, y'all, this is a nice church. Like, I can't even lie. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is a very nice looking church for it being a storefront property. So, you know, he's up there preaching, she's shouting at him, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? F you, F this, F that, blah, 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 you ain't nothing, whatever she said, all this other craziness. And then, damn, somebody's clapping in the back. So he walks up to her. That's when he walks off screen. That's the security, I believe. So that's when he says, I'm going to make you famous, all this, amen. Get her out of here. Please get her out of here. Blah, 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 blah. People start standing up and clapping. She comes back. You ain't going to embarrass me like that. F you, F this, F that. Then that's when she beelines. I guess that's to her. Damn, he grabbed her all the way out the damn place. Shit. Well, maybe that's what she did do. Let's look at it again before. So maybe she does go over to his wife and child, and that's when he grabs her and moves her all the way out in the name of Jesus. Praise God. So, man. Who knows, man, if he's telling the truth or not. But that was that. So going back to the article. Going back to the article, the video shows Whitehead appearing to grab the woman by the back of the neck and pushing her off camera, before yelling. Grab her, the Daily News said. A detective arrived at the church after the sermon and told Whitehead he would be arrested and charged with assault. They put me in cuffs and I told them I wasn't getting in, and they grabbed me and picked me up and put me in the car. Whitehead said there was a lot of little kids in the church that are frightened now and again. All the babies in my church saw me get arrested. The ones that look up to me, police began to process Whitehead at the 69th Precinct Station House. They dropped all charges and let me out. He said, "You don't get to arrest me and throw me in prison." So, this is the exact video of that happening.
Yeah, and you know what's so crazy? You gotta scratch. When I went to the EMS,
you see where the welt is? So
the
either that was
bitches.
his nail, either that was his nail or his ring that scratched the back of her neck. But as you see, got the cops outside, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We gotta get this dude. He out here assaulting women and shit. So this is, I believe, a detective, maybe, if not another cop. I don't believe detectives have to wear body cams. I don't know.
Okay.
So there's Whitehead talking to the detective.
Miraculously, look at God. Won't he do it?
So here's the lady. Look at God. Won't he do?
I know. They told me, where your phone? I'm like, you got your phone? You got everything.
So I guess that's the front of the church.
Come on, get in the car. Oh, you waiting for them? They said they have to interview us. Okay, so after they interview, get in the car.
So yeah, they interviewing her.
Have a good one. I'm not in none of this.
There's Bishop Whitehead.
Huh? You assaulted a woman. What happened? Official statement? Well, I can talk back to him. Okay. All right. As long as you know. I get gully with police soon. I'm like that.
So I guess those two women that was in the back was with that woman. Because that's one of the ladies.
Party? We lit. We on tonight then. I got you. I'll send you the link as soon as I get home.
So let's fast forward this to see if he gets back out the car.
Look, he hot and he was about to say something. Right?
So there she is back in front of the church. Bishop Whitehead's going back in the church.
I had to come on home.
Or
he's standing.
Okay, goes back in the church. Then he's back outside. Okay, what are they doing?
See, y'all, I don't know why my phone looks so hard.
Here we go.
I see y'all though. Party. Party, can you believe it? Party.
Bishop Whitehead's Haitian.
But y'all knew what we was dealing with before we got here. And he want to keep going and dropping the top on the police, but he can't go nowhere. That's hilarious. Yeah, he's a whole clown. Look at the clown. Clowning.
So he walks out. His car's right there, but where did he go?
I can't see it.
Let's fast forward a little bit more.
He had a little mark behind that. Yeah, and you know what's so crazy? You gotta scratch. When I went to the
okay, are they keep replaying the same parts? What are they doing?
Thought they called me killer, big Brooklyn. Church was his, right? Hold on, let me show y'all.
Okay, Bishop Whitehead's in the church.
In the world. Right?
So she's going back to the car,
Party,
not really being a good visual help.
Look. Party. That's what he's trying to act.
All right, so I guess they arrested him off camera, but he did grab the hell out of her. So they had me in a cell with someone with felony charges and let me out. It's not going to stop here. They would have never done this if I was a rabbi or a Catholic priest. One of the hold on. Rabbis in the Crown Heights part of Brooklyn, they have their own police. The Jewish people have their own police. They have their own ambulance and hospitals, and they also have their own schools. So, yeah, they wouldn't have did it if it was a rabbi because they have their own community there. Also, let's say Catholic priest. Well, you would have just been moved if if you was a Catholic priest. Like, let's be honest. Uh, one of the women, uh, one of the women involved was also reportedly taken into custody. Police said, but neither she or nor Whitehead was immediately charged. Whitehead was heard in the video calling out the calling out the disruption for social media purposes. They were some wannabe up and coming bloggers. He said they came to my church to disrupt my service. So that was that. That was them talking about the videos that I have for you guys for that. Because to be honest, this whole thing is just like 1 minute you're getting robbed, second minute you're being disrupted or whatever. But it's like all of this is for good reason. I'm pretty sure. The dudes robbed you because you had some flashy jewelry, got a nice car, and all that other foolishness. And the next, you being disrupted by some women who said want to be some upcoming bloggers. Who knows? But maybe they might have heard something about you taking money from the church. Now, some people aren't as bold to do that, but they did. Like, she basically called you out for the simple fact that she, I guess, wants to know the truth. You probably won't tell her, but at the same time, think about other pastors in y'all's community who's doing stuff like this. Like, it's unreal. Like, the stuff that these pastors do in order to get their money, like they steal money from the church or they're doing some other foolishness to get their money. We don't know how he got his money other than, let's say, the church and maybe his businesses of selling houses. I don't know. But that concludes this part of the story. Who knows what happened with the rest of this, but moving on to John Boyega. John Boyega is now in the news for him talking about him only dating black, which is a good thing. Like, come on now, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can say that. Like, this is the crazy part. I said this at work before, right? And just like the white women who's going against them, it was a white girl that came out and was like, I don't like that you said that you don't date white girls. I'm like, why? That's my own personal preference. Like, it has nothing to do with you at all. So why would you be upset at what I perceive to be beautiful to me? I only date black women. I'm sorry. What, did you want to date me or something? Like, I don't understand why you said that. Like, I say it on numerous occasions sometimes at work. I don't date white girls anymore. It's not to let the women at work know, well, if you're thinking about dating me, I won't date you. No, because I'll never date a person that I work with again. And that's probably the reason why I would never date a white girl. But they don't need to know that. Like, come on now. Like, it's like, for John to be so bold and say that, and you'll hear him exactly say why. I like it. For the simple fact that he's being true to who he is. And I guess people can't respect that enough, that he's telling people, look, I only date black women. That's the only thing that I believe that I should be dating because that's my preference. That's my choice. And you should leave me at it. And that's how I feel too. So, John Boyega on dating. I like my women black. In a revolt story. But before I move on, I need to know where I got that Whitehead story. I got the Whitehead story from Fox News. I didn't say that. But anyway, So your boy John out here causing a stir. Um, so last Friday on September 16th, British actor John Boyega stopped by the Breakfast Club to discuss his new project. While promoting new films like The Woman King and Breaking, the 30-year-old also spoke with the host about his dating preferences. Before the conversation transitioned to what type of woman catches Boyega's eye, he was asked about his experience as a person of color in the Star Wars franchise. Last month, he shared in a Sirius XM radio interview that he would not be returning to the franchise based on the racist backlash he received from the film. Show host Angela Yee compared his experience with the film to Halle Bailey's current situation with Disney's live action remake of The Little Mermaid. Now, let me stop right there. I'm not too sure when it comes to John Boyega's like experience with this. I'm not too sure. Like I don't know if he's received as much backlash say as Halle Bailey, Moses. What's Moses's last name? I forgot the beautiful black woman that was on the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Um Anthony Mackie, he got some backlash because he's now the new Captain America. Who else black has received backlash for being in a Disney movie? I forgot who else. I don't know. It's like these people have selective people who they hate on being in these franchises. It makes no sense to me at all. This is why. You're so upset that the studio heads picked to be a part of in these films. Why? Like I don't understand. Like uh like I'm not understanding this for the simple fact that I heard one person say that by them making the choice of dyeing Halle Bailey's hair is racist. And it's like, how? It's a lot of black people who have red hair, natural red hair at that. So I'm guessing that he's trying to say that by them dyeing her hair the color red of Ariel's character is racist. I wasn't understanding that. Tim Pool. Also, someone else came out and said that that a mermaid couldn't be black any damn way because by there not being any light in the ocean and well any light to be received in the ocean as well as even in the darkest parts of the ocean, there would basically be a floating head with a skull being seen in the water. It's like, what? What are you talking about? Why are you talking about mythical creatures like this? Like, you're basically calling you're basically calling your own bluff by basically being, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. That's basically what you're doing. And it's like, none of this shit is racist. Like, they went with the best person that they feel as though could perform the role, which was Halle Bailey, and that's what they got. Like, what are you doing? Also, John, like I said, I don't know if John Boyega has received as much racist backlash as any of those other people that I've named. As well as I do know in the American poster of all the Star Wars films, he was pretty big on the poster. But in the Chinese poster, they shrunk him very small, as well as cut his scenes out of the or most of his scenes out of the Chinese release. So, is there racist stuff happening within the company? Who knows? Is there racist stuff happening with the fans and all of that? Yeah, we're not just seeing this with Star Wars characters. We're seeing this also with Disney characters now, with the live remakes, as well as with Marvel characters as well. And it's like, okay, well, in the source material, Ajax and some of these other people were white, but Ajax in the cinematic in the Eternals movie, the Marvel Eternals movie, Ajax is a Mexican woman played by I forgot that Salma Hayek, and it's like, well, Ajax is a man. Like, why did they cast a woman to play it? Well, maybe it called for a woman for the film. Maybe it works in the comic books that it's a man, and maybe it works in the live action movie for a woman to be that, because Ajax's powers are healing, are healing powers. Maybe they thought a woman being able to heal in this movie made more sense than what the comics wrote. Like, who knows the real answers to this shit? Like, and on that, who the fuck cares? It's all these nerds that ain't getting no pussy, that's sitting at home, fat with pimples, eating cheese puffs all fucking day, playing video games all day with no damn job. That's making these Reddit posts and all these fucking slanderous ass fucking claims on shit. How about you go outside and try and dip your weak dick in some damn pussy? Because y'all making some weak dick ass fucking claims with this bullshit. We're talking about fictional and mythical creatures here. Fictional characters and mythical creatures. Why do you have any sort of why do you have any sort of comment on it? Because number one, the Little Mermaid is for kids, and at that, it's for girls. So that's very telling about who the fuck you are. Very telling. Now, if white parents don't want to take their kids to see Little Mermaid, there's going to be a lot of little black girls in there seeing themselves as mermaids. And that's going to be the very play set of what Disney's going to be selling to kids to be Ariel this year. Maybe they might do like have straight red hair for them to wear, and also dreadlocked red hair when you go and pick up costumes or play costumes and stuff like that at the Disney store. Who knows? I haven't been to a Disney store in years because I don't date I don't date a chick right now that has kids. So good thing. So who knows what Disney's marketing plan is with this? We don't know yet until the movie comes out. And I'm pretty sure they're probably selling shit right now. Probably selling dolls of Ariel now for the live action movie. They're probably selling those dolls now of her in pretty dresses and stuff like that. Like, who knows what the hell is happening right now? But if you want your kids to see the movie, I'm talking to all the white parents who have a problem with Ariel being black, why don't you take them to the 1989 cartoon film and give that to them? How about that? Did you think about that? And my damn sister was 4 when that damn movie came out. Anyway, moving on. So Boyega says, I put a comment on her page. I'm so proud of her. I left her a message I'm so proud of what I saw in the trailer, he said. Boyega added that after he spoke out about the issue of black actors facing backlash for lead roles in movies with historically white lead actors, he saw more and more companies join in supporting his concerns. Next, the four began talking about dating. During the conversation, Charlemagne the God noted he's been married for 24 years. Boyega asked if the radio host's wife was a black woman. Charlemagne assured the Brit that he is indeed married to a black woman. I've heard you speak. I heard you speak before about your blackness, and I thought you were one of the ones that were going to sacrifice your loins to continue in this race. Boyega joked. The two seem to agree that some black men appear to be pro-black, but they date outside their race. Ye asked Boyega if he'd ever date white women, and he said only once when I was younger. Charlemagne then asked the Star Wars actor if he could ever bring a stormtrooper home. He better not bring a stormtrooper, and that might catch on. That might catch on. We might be calling these white people stormtroopers. But nah, he probably when he brought the first stormtrooper home, his Nigerian mother probably looked at him crazy, like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And John Boyega, he's very proud of his blackness. He's very proud of his Yoruba culture. He's a Yoruba man. He's spoken on this in an interview. I was trying to find it, but I couldn't find it. So, but he speaks very proudly about his parents and his culture. I remember in the interview of him saying, "Yeah, I'm a proud Yoruba man," and he said that he sat at the feet of his parents, told them the good news, and soaked in their praises as they sat there and told him how proud they were of him. That's how proud he is of his family and of his culture. He went home to his family and said, "I got this role in the American Star Wars film. I just wanted you guys to know, and I want you guys to be proud of me because I've been working at this craft for so long. I want you guys' blessing on this for me taking up this role, or for me taking this role. I want your guys' blessing and your praise so I can continue with what I do best." Because he's a proud black African man. That's why he did that. So, Boyega responded, "It's just a preference. I like my women black. It's just they fine as hell. You know, melanin levels got to be over 75%. Thickness got to be there. Style got to be there. We got to laugh at the same jokes. We got to bump the same music. It's just got to be a flow." Now, I agree with him wholeheartedly on this because in my dating time, right, when I would date white girls, I felt that there was a culture difference between us. It's like they wouldn't understand certain things that black people go through, or black customs. I didn't think that they would understand that stuff. So by me saying that, I say it like this: when I would date outside my race, I would always like have this feeling like when I would like get with them, I can't talk about this. They can't know that. They can't hear about this. We can't do that. So it's like I have to like assert myself more into white American culture than what I would with black culture, because it's like you gotta accommodate who you're with, right? But to sacrifice some of the things, like, it didn't feel right, because it's like, you know, certain things and certain ways you talk, that has to be out the door. You can't really talk the way that you want to. Let me take John Boyega's picture then. With certain ways that you do things, you gotta kind of change it a little bit, because you don't feel as though that they would understand. So more so, you're sacrificing your black culture the whole time you're dating a white girl. Plus, at the time, plus, you know, when I was very heavy into, you know, African American studies. I was very big in learning who I was, knowledge of self and stuff like that. So it's like, I wouldn't be able to bring up most of the things that I'm reading, because I don't feel as though that they would have understood. As well as me dating like Puerto Rican chicks and stuff like that. Like, I didn't really feel as though that they would understand. So, you know, by me and by him making the decision of not dating outside of our races, it makes people feel some type of way about that. And I don't understand why. Like, why do you feel like that? Like, why is there a campaign of white women coming out and white women coming out basically, like, you know, like, it's, I can't really describe it. Like, it's wild, yo. Like, I'm trying to see if I can find like a white woman like going off about this. Um I don't know. I don't see anything where a lot of these white people are talking. Okay, that doesn't help. Let's see if I can find something. Nah, I don't see anything. Yeah, I don't see anything at all. Let me see what this lady has to say in this short. All right, this is good. This is good. So I gotta find it now. So I will allow you guys to hear this. This is what is happening.
So Star Wars star John Boyega is getting heat on the internet because he said he's only going to date black women. He said, I only date black, then it's about chemistry, personality, goals, is there synergy, can I help you, can you help me? Of course he got some heat for it. People were saying, what if a white person said this? And he retorted back by saying his preference is not a topic of debate and that he's only saying something positive about black people, nothing negative about other races. And you know what? I'm inclined to agree. I don't think racial preferences when it comes to dating are particularly racist. However, I do think they're stupid. Who's to say you're not going to meet a white person who comes into your life and completely blows you away who you want to marry? Closing that door by saying I only date black is just a stupid thing to do, considering you don't know who you're going to end up with. But I don't think it's racist. No need for all the heat on this. What do you guys think?
So that's what that young lady has to say with it. But here's another thing, right? So there was a white dude. He went to all 50 states, right? And he went on a date with one girl from each state, and they basically was all the same type, right? So since there's white women coming out trying to boycott John Boyega, there were black women trying, like, basically saying about the white dude, like, why couldn't you date one of us? Like, I'm pretty sure you could have dated one of us in one of those states. And it's like, do y'all see the duality in this? Like, it makes no sense. Why, on one hand, a black dude saying, I don't date anyone outside my race. And then a white dude basically says, I took one woman from each state on a date, and then black woman, go after him. It makes no damn sense at all. So, with that being said, there's a problem that we have here. What I guess white women want to be chose by black men, and black women want to be chose by white men. I guess that's what's happening right now. Like, are we at a point in our culture, in history now, to where the claims of the United States being one race is going to be true? To where, what, like 30 to 40 some odd years from now, all you're going to see is light-skinned people in this country. That's going to be considered an American standard at that point. Like, who knows? But here was the exact... Hold on, before I do that, I got to play his video of what he said to the host and on XM. Here we go.
Well, baby, you know you about to have the ladies go crazy now that you said specifically brown skinned women. I read a thing where it said that you like them brown and thick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we gotta be honest.
I'm with them. They gotta be brown skin and thick.
You know, before I wouldn't have said that. 27, 28, industry. Now I'm like, no. You gotta speak it into existence.
Yes, you do.
Brown and thick, guys. Melanin levels past 75%. Thick levels, you have to be looking good.
Yeah, gotta be looking good. Well, I'm gonna put my niece's hat in the ring. I'll show you pictures of her as soon as we get done.
I think that's fine. I'm an African man as well, so we're used to that. You know, they use that process.
Aunties.
Yeah. My auntie's been sending me the WhatsApp messages. You know, you just gotta filter them through.
Yeah. I'm so glad that you approve of that, because I told her too. I was like, because she watched it with me and she's like, oh my God, he looks so good. I was like, right, because you have now, I'm gonna just say, before when we saw you, you looked very boyish. Mm-hmm. You were giving boy appeal.
Yeah.
Which is nice, it's cute.
No, it was nice because I was in my, we're young. We don't have to stretch this out. I'm going to do all the boy roles before, go to the man role. Yeah.
And you showed up on that screen, you're very man.
Yeah, well, I thank the Lord for growth. Mm-hmm. Facial hair was still trying to get on top of that.
Right. You don't need no facial hair, baby.
But the Lord has done it mentally.
Yes, Lord, that's the most important part.
I'm where I'm supposed to be.
You don't need to be a part of the beard gang.
No, I don't actually, because I shaved down the other day, and I still got complimented. I said to myself, well, maybe I'm one of those, I'm like the equivalent of the girl who without makeup still looks good.
Exactly.
So for me, I'm going to take that one home.
You should take that, because it's not easy to be a naked-faced man.
And there was a black woman that told me, she said, you look good with shave down. You look real good, shave down. I'm like, really? You think so? She said, you look good, boy. Like, I've seen other guys. I'm like, okay.
Not everyone can do it.
Not everyone can do it. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna take that one in the chest.
You gotta take it. You gotta run with it. And you gotta flex on these fools. When they talk about beard gang, you be like, naked face.
I mean, the beard might not grow long, but the finances does.
Oh, hey, come on now.
I've done it right there.
So, he said, his dating preferences. He likes some brown skin and thick, like me. He melanin levels got to be past 75%. I'm saying I'll take 75%. I'll take 75%. And I also agree, we got to vibe to the same shit. We got, listen to the same music. We got to laugh at, I won't say we have to laugh at the same jokes, but you got to have a sense of humor. Like I don't like a girl who doesn't have a sense of humor. Cause I can tell some dark jokes at times. I can tell some light-hearted jokes at times as well. And it's like you got to see the joke within what I'm saying. Like don't pay attention exactly to what I'm talking about, but at least get where I'm trying to go with the joke. Like I'm you know what I mean? I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable by anything that I'm talking about, but it's like, I'm the type of dude where I like to joke around when I'm in a relationship. I don't like arguing a lot because if I argue with you, I'm gonna end it quick. It's like I don't feel like doing this, so I'm gonna end this as fast as possible. I'm gonna cut you. I'm gonna cut you at the head first before any of this happens. Like I'm going for the jugular, and it's going to end. You're going to cry. I don't like arguing because I gotta be that asshole of a person to do that, and I don't like doing that. But to each its own, man. But if John only wants to date dark skin, brown skin, you know what I'm saying, black chicks, black women, hey man, do your thing. Because just like the backlash that I got at work by saying that's right, the girl said that's racist. How the fuck is my dating preferences racist? Please tell me. I want to know. How is it racist that I only want to date black women? I didn't understand even when she said it. Like I was like, what? How is it racist? So let's move on because I'll be talking about his full quote in just a second. Exactly what he said when it comes to I've been giving you guys snippets and stuff like that of what he said. But why don't I just give you guys the full extent of you know what I'm saying, what he was trying to get at. As soon as I delete these videos, I'll be right there with y'all. So, this is what John said in his full GQ interview. So this is what he had to say. He has rules about whom he dates. I only date black, he says. Then it's about chemistry, personality, goals. Is there a synergy? Can I help you? Can you help me? He also dates in a way that ensures his privacy. Now, before I get to that, let's hit on what he said. There has to be chemistry. She has to have a personality and goals, right? So chemistry, do we mesh well? Do you know what I mean? Like, do we get along? Personality, like, does she have a great personality? Is she funny? Is she smart? Is she I know those were attributes, but like is her personality warm to where like, I like her, like just past just her personality. Like she has to have basically the full package, basically, right? So goals, is she goal oriented? What does she do for a living? What is her 5-year plan? What's her 10-year plan? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have some sort of goals. And then let's also get into, is there synergy? Can I help you? Can you help me? So synergy. What's the definition to synergy? Hey Siri, what's the definition to synergy? So synergy, no. So synergy is an interaction or cooperation giving rise to a whole that is greater than the sum of its parts. So basically, can we work well together? Reciprocity, right? Let's also get into the other aspect of it. Can I help you? Can you help me? Reciprocity. You know what I'm saying? With the synergy part, can you look past just yourself? Can you see, so I got this big role, I'm the star in it, like I need some help. Like, can you help me prepare for this role? Right? This comes with can you help me part. Can you help me? But then can I help you? Let's say he dates like a black actress, or a British black actress or American black actress, right? Can we help each other, further each other? This is goals, going back to goals. Can we help each other achieve our goal into becoming whatever we want to become, right? So that's the can you help me, can I help you part, right? Which all is good. Which all is good. Because when it comes to a relationship, you have to be you you have to not think about self. You have to be about your other part as well. It's just not about you anymore. You're not single anymore. You're in a relationship now. So does that person give you the exact same thing that you give them? Reciprocity, right? Do you guys get along at all? Like, it's so many levels and aspects on how to look at relationships. There isn't just one to pick from. Like, a lot of people have different relationships. Don't um a lot of people don't go about relationships the same way. So it's like, like for people to come and have backlash against them, like you don't date white women. Why? Like, what's wrong with us? It's like, look, I only date black women. I dated a white woman before. It was cool, like whatever. But I date black chicks. Like, I date black women. This is all I want. I grew up with a black woman as my mother, as my aunts, like my grandmothers. Like, all I know really is black women, so I'd rather date them because this is my preference. And I don't think that he's wrong. He's not wrong with this. So for white women to be upset at this, now this is one thing that I heard. Now I don't know if this is true, so you guys help me out with this. When it comes to, like, I guess with these movies, I guess women go to these movies that have male leads to the point of, will I date him, or he's cute, I'll date him, let's see his movie. Like, is that how women are approaching movies? I don't know. You guys let me know. So the further on what he's talking about in here, he also speaks on that he also dates in a way that ensures his privacy. I'm very disciplined in the type of woman I speak to. They don't want you in their business. His parents, Samson and Abigail, are his biggest muse. Being in the public eye, they would prefer if you have had the wife and family. It's the ultimate PR package. But my parents have been together for 35 years. There's nothing that this world can do in terms of pressure to make me be inspired by anything else but my parents. So this is what he's judging his preferences off of. His parents' 35-year marriage. Now, who wouldn't look at that as a springboard of, this is what I want in life too? Who wouldn't look at that? Like, it's if you guys don't look at either your parents or your grandparents as inspirations for your relationship goals instead of looking at Jada Pinkett and Will Smith, Beyonce and Jay-Z. Who else is some black couples out here that people look at? I guess it was with Nia Long and her husband, but I guess that's out the door. What else? I guess these are the people that people look at as relationship goals, but John has the right idea. He looks at his parents as relationship goals. That's relationship goals to him, which I don't have a problem with, to be honest. I think it's very noble that he thinks that way, and y'all should too. So, Boyega faces backlash for his dating options, says the Huffington Post. So I only date black, said British Nigerian actor John Boyega, who knew that 4 words in a GQ UK interview would launch thousands of hate-filled rants into the Twitter sphere. Boyega, who stars as King Gizzo in the box office hit The Woman King, talked to the Men's Magazine about everything: his post Star Wars journey, the debate about black British actors often portraying African American figures, engaging in direct activism in the summer of 2022, and 2022 and 2020, and much more. But his desire to date only black women turned into a discussion about double standards and preferences. One Twitter user, Ada Akapala, whose bio says they are not interested in playing indentary games. What the hell does that mean? Wrote on the app, if a white actor said they only date white women, many would not defend his right to have preferences. But we see their preferences by who they date. The only motherfucker that would surprise us, by dating a white woman is George Lucas, Robert De Niro, and Bill Burr. Those are the only 3 white actors I know who only date black women. Now, for her to say that they won't have the right for preferences. Look, Lizzo tried to go after what's Captain America's name? Chris. There was 3 Chris's. There were 3 Chris's, and there was Chris Pratt, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans. Lizzo tried to get Chris Evans to date her, and he shot her down very politely though. But he shot her down like, nah, like I'm good. But let's say Chris Evans would have said, nah, I don't date black chicks to Lizzo. It would have been a full scale attack on that man. Now I understand what she's saying, but like, who cares? Also, let me put in there. Well, no, never mind. He does date white women. He was married to one. I was about to say Ben Affleck because he's married to Jennifer Lopez now, but he dated Jennifer Gardner. So yeah. But who cares who one dates? Who cares? Like, who cares? Now, let's see. Where was I at? They would call him racist, as many users rightfully pointed out in the replies. Now, before I say what I want to say, let me finish this sentence. White entertainers and celebrities don't say it; they just do it. Now, I'm glad that they wrote this in here because that very much ties up what happened to me. By them saying they will call him racist, which I was called racist, as many users rightfully pointed out in the replies, white entertainers and celebrities don't say it. They just do it. Now, what is the spectacle of a black man saying I don't date white women? But he didn't say it in a way where it was like I don't date white women. He just said I just date black girls. Like that's my preference. That's my choice. That's all I want to date. Like that's who I am. Like what is the issue? I don't understand the issue here because by them bringing up, well, if it was a white actor, he would get his he would get canceled. It's like, well, no one ever asked a white actor what's your dating preferences, because usually they either just know or they see them out with someone. So why is it that it's a issue now with John saying this and like no one why do you care so much? Like it makes no sense that this is a big thing. I'm not this is really boggling my mind, for real. Like who fucking cares this hard that they will say it's racist if a white entertainer will say it? How's it racist that he says it? He only dates black women. Just like I said, I don't date. Well, I said I don't date white girls. He didn't say that. I did say that. I said I don't date white women anymore. He says I only date black. I was called a racist, just like this Twitter user called him a racist, but it makes no sense. I have a preference. Look, I had this argument about a month ago. Someone said, I forgot how it came up, but I was like, nah, only date, no, I said, I don't date white women anymore. She said, oh, well, that's racist. I was like, how is that racist? That's my preference. I said, everybody has preferences. Everybody has, everybody has preferences. Everybody has some sort of, a prejudice of them. Everyone has their own choices. So why is it I can't make my own choice of who the hell I want to date? Crickets. All you heard was crickets. And then outside of that, you heard, well, I still think it's racist. Why? Like you're not making a claim. I made my claim why I feel as though that I only date black women. It's my preference. Everyone has prejudices of some sort. Everyone has their own choices to make. So why is it that my choice of my preference is a prejudice which makes me racist in your eyes? I don't understand. Nor are you making a good argument other than I just think that it is. Well, what you think doesn't matter to me. Just like everyone else who probably thinks that in that room, I don't care. You're gonna see me on my wedding day with a beautiful black woman by my side, and I'll make sure in my vows, I'll say I said at work that I don't date white women anymore. That's how I met you, just so I can piss them off a little bit more. But anyway, continuing what this article says. I don't even know where the hell I'm at right now. Okay, at most, they use vague descriptions such as blondes and brunettes and age-old emphasis such as tall, dark, and handsome. And more recently, golden retriever vibes, whatever the hell that means, to describe their type, considering we live in a world where white womanhood is I don't know this word, so I'm gonna have to spell it out. Um, Perineally, I guess that's how you say it, on a pedestal. The sheer fact that a black male celebrity made it clear that he wants to love and cherish us without insulting any other group in the process is refreshing. What is always disappointing yet surprising is the internet's reaction to the internet's reaction, a telltale sign of rampant misogyny noir in today's society. Now let's hit on that real fast before I end this. He basically spelled out what I said. White womanhood, right, is perennially on a pedestal, basically meaning that white women are held up high, held up this high. Black women are usually black womanhood is usually low. To where the white woman always gets the praise, to where the black woman doesn't get as much, if not none. That's what he's basically saying. He wants to cherish and love a black woman because he's seen his father do it. Because that's his main inspiration, his parents. Since he saw his father love on his mother so much to where he said in his mind, you know what? I want to love and cherish a black woman for the rest of my days as well. And not face any backlash for it. Because if you don't remember, in the Star Wars films that he was in, Rey and Finn, they were supposed to be a couple. They were supposed to be the new guard of the Jedi, because I guess in a script it was supposed to be written that Finn had developed Force abilities as well, and he wanted to tell Rey at the last on the last film, I believe it was, but he never got to do that. He never did it. It never was said. So Finn is just in the Star Wars universe, just this normal character when he's really supposed to be another Jedi that's supposed to either supposed to train next to Rey, or was supposed to be like like another Jedi that Rey that the character Rey, which is played by Daisy Ridley, she and him were supposed to be the new guard of the Jedi, since all the Jedi now are dead except for herself and Finn. They were supposed to be the new guard of the Jedi. So since that storyline never happened, and they basically put in this Chinese girl, I forgot her name. I forgot what her name was in the movie. But let's get back to Disney actors of color getting backlash. I pointed this out on this show that when I was talking about Moses, what the hell is Moses' last name? I forgot what Moses' last name is. Hold on. Obi-Wan characters. See the cast. Moses Ingram. So Moses Ingram, when I was talking about her backlash, right? I brought up how the Chinese actress, and I should bring her name up because it's so messed up me calling her a Chinese actress. Oh, that's so 8 forwards 8. Her name is 1 second. Kelly Marie Tran. So Kelly Marie Tran faced like she probably had the worst of it, to where she's not even on social media at all anywhere, because they fucked with her so much that she had to take herself off of social media. So the reason why I bring that up is because why do these people care so much? Do you care so much because you want to date John Boyega? Because John Boyega made it clear, I only date black women. And that's all he wants to be with. So why should there be an uproar of white women saying, I think that's fucked up and racist, because what if I wanted to date you? What do you think about me now? Look, he don't care. Just like he said in here, it says he wants to do this by love and cherish us as black people. He wants to love and cherish us without insulting any other group in the process is refreshing. That's what he said. Because he also says in here that white actors don't usually say it. They either say blondes or brunettes, which black women put blonde hair in their heads now, or golden retriever vibes, or tall, dark, and handsome. That's usually what white women say. I want a man that's tall, dark, and handsome. Well, the only way a white dude can be dark is if he gets a tan. So that's only, or if you're talking about a black dude, because a black dude fits that description very well. So, it's to each its own. And I really feel as though that is really silly that these white women are out here talking crazy about someone's dating preferences, when if we spoke on y'all's dating preferences, there would be another uproars. Why can't I love who I want to love? It's like, well, that's what I'm saying with John Boyega. Like, it makes no sense. But anyway, this concludes this part of it, y'all. So I just want you guys to know that I think it's weird, right? Like, it's weird that this is happening. Like, let me go down the line. So with the Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears thing, I'm glad that it's out the news, because it was really making these people look bad, and people are making speculations of what they don't understand. Like, they were just making personal claims on these people, and they don't even know them. I even said that in the first video. We don't even know these people like that to be making these accusations, because we don't know if this shit is true. All we saw was a sketch. So how is it that these people are automatically something, and whatever? Secondly, with the Bishop Whitehead thing, like, we'll probably see more of this fool in the news doing shit. Because if you think the robbery thing was crazy, and then you thinking that this was even over the what he did to the lady was over the top, hell, just wait what else happens with him. You'll probably won't be surprised, but just be surprised just so he can feel good. And with this John Boyega thing, just date whoever the fuck you want to date. It doesn't matter what people think about you or say about you. Date who you want to date. All right. So with that being said, let's get out of here, y'all. So, my one second. All right. So with that being said, I'm gonna get y'all out of here because I have a show to watch. It's about to come on in 13 minutes. And before I do that, let's get into some promotions. Then I'll get you guys out of here. Let's see. All right. So people, I forgot my place. Okay, so people, if you guys want to come back and see this, you can. Once this video's done, just refresh and then put some comments in the comment section. All right. Also, I do not only this show on Saturdays, but I also do another show on Fridays. Fridays, I do a game stream where I play all of my favorite games and certain select few new releases. That show is called Marcus Speaks Play. You can catch it not only here on the Marcus Speaks channel, but you can also catch it on the Marcus Speaks Play channel exclusively. If you want to watch just gameplay footage, that's fine. Also, Saturdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I do this here show, Marcus Speaks Live, which is my podcast show. I want you guys to tune in every Saturday at 6:30 p.m. It's 6:30 p.m. until I never know when I'm getting off of here. But people, I would love for you guys to go and subscribe to both of my channels if you can. If you click on the links in the description box below, if you go to either channel, either my Marcus Speaks channel or my Marcus Speaks Play channel, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see my other channel that you can subscribe to. Please do that. All right. Also, if you would like to come up here and talk to me about any topic that I presented, you can. There's always a link that's pinned in the chat, so make sure you hit that if you want to come up. But there is 3 rules. Those 3 rules are: you must be on camera at all times. All right? If you don't want to be on camera, that's fine, because I got a rule for that too. Since you have to be on camera at all times, which means you have to be on camera back here on the backstage so I can see who I'm speaking with, I'll let you know, because there's a private chat back here. Just write your name, and if you want to be on camera or not, don't make it a conversation. Let me know that, and I'll let you know that you can turn your camera off once I bring you up. And the third and final rule is, please, if you could, silence all background noise. I do not want to hear what's going on in your life in the background. It's none of my business. All right? So, also with that being said, please, if you could, like this video, share this video, and subscribe if you're new here, because, the more subscribers I get, the more viewers I get, and I get to blow up Shuey, like everyone else here on YouTube. So, I'm going to leave you with something. Please, if you could, people, please focus on getting some money, get more money if you need to get more money, but get that money, all right? Drink more water for health purposes, mind your own business for mental health purposes, and also, if you could, do your own research, all right? Everybody, that has been the show. I am out. Peace out to everybody, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.